feeling upset. I'm sorry to hear that. It doesn't feel good to feel upset. And the reason it doesn't feel good is because your brain and your body is always looking for ways of feeling good, relaxed, calm, peaceful, because it increases its chance of survival. So anything that makes you feel upset, the body will go into a state of alert and release cortisol, and that is intended to prepare you to fight, freeze or flight. So if you had a big bear attacking you, or your body automatically would think, can I fight this bear? Is it best if I keep still and quiet so he doesn't hear me, or is it best if I run away? So depending on your emotional capacity, you might have different reactions. You might either become aggressive and attack, and that can be passive or overtly, or you might go into feeling powerless, like a victim, where you don't move, become negative and even depressed, powerless. Or you might even try to run away and escape into distractions and addictions, things that make you feel a little bit better in the moment, but in the longer term make it worse. And that can be shopping, eating, drinking, internet, sort of scrolling, and you are not doing those activities because you planned and intentionally wish to and can control and stop them. You're trying to use those activities as a way to stop the way you're feeling. Okay? So while that makes you feel better, in the long term, you will have other consequences. So let's make peace with where we are by closing the eyes and noticing the breathing. How is the breathing in this moment? It's likely to feel uncomfortable. Perhaps you might have a tightness on your throat, and your chest might feel heavy and uncomfortable, and your belly might hurt. Okay? And the breathing might even be shallow. Just notice how you feel in the body. Close your eyes for a moment. How do you feel in your body? How is your breathing? Let's exhale through the nostrils to empty the lungs. And then we're going to take a breath in a minute. Exhale. And the other side. And just allow yourself to breathe naturally, whatever is for you in this moment. Let's try one more round of clearing. And the other side. Well done, you. Close your eyes and see if you can breathe into your nose and into the belly. And out. Let's try that again. In and out. Well then, let's one more. Into the belly. And out. Well done, you. Sometimes we feel upset with other people. This is particularly relevant towards those that live with you, especially your partner, your kids. Because we do feel more comfortable to be our full selves and express ourselves fully and our emotion, and also show our emotions fully. When we are at work or with friends or even strangers, we tend to be in a more controlled behavior. We tend to show a better side of ourselves and more control and more balanced. When we are at home, we tend to just be ourselves fully. Okay? So for instance, you might not like something at work, but you might not have the courage to say, because that can have sort of repercussions, consequences, so you sort of bottle up. But at home, if you were upset with your partner, you might go into a pointing, sort of a blaming. Now, let's go back to our breathing for a moment. Close your eyes, breathe into the belly. And out. And again, breathe in. And out. Now when we go into blaming, you might feel a little bit better in the moment. But when we blame others or criticize, they put their guard up. And once they put their guard up, they become defensive, and then they will argue back or fight back or sulk. And then that makes you even more frustrated, more angry. So it achieves nothing. You've wasted your time, they've wasted their time, and then even created a bigger problem, because now you've got both of you feeling upset. Instead, let's remind ourselves to first calm down through our breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. By identifying what is it that is upsetting us, what is it I need, what is it that I need in this moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. What are my thoughts in this moment? Breathe in. Breathe out. Give yourself extra time by pausing the video to identify your thoughts about this situation and your needs. And then once you've calmed down sufficiently, if you need, go for a walk, do some yoga exercise to release the extra tension, do a bit of smiling, a bit of laughing. Breathe in. And then when you feel a bit more positive, then you go and you communicate. And instead of blaming and pointing your finger, just see if you can just go with, you don't have a problem, I have a problem with the behavior of, or your behavior of doing blah blah blah, because it does make me feel blah blah blah. So by saying how you feel about the behavior, then the other person will understand where you're coming from, and then you give the chance to the other person to have their say, and then together you can work in the direction of solutions. And sometimes the solution is a compromise. So breathe in. Breathe out. If we take every problem and saying, I have a problem with this, and identify the reason why do I have a problem, then we can find solutions. For instance, say if you have someone that just ignores you, okay, and you feel upset with that, okay, so instead of saying, I have a problem with you because you just ignore me, don't have any social skills and social manners, okay, you could go into, I have a problem with your behavior of ignoring me because, and you might find that by them ignoring you might feel unloved, unsupported, and whatever is at the end of that. Drink to hydrate. Breathe into the belly and out. Other examples could also be, I have a problem with your behavior, and you just say whatever that is. You because it makes me feel worried and anxious about me or about you, or I'm concerned for my health, or I'm worried of becoming ill, or I'm worried that I might have to look after you if you become ill, and I don't think that I have the emotional and physical capacity to do so. So pause for a moment, focus on your breathing, close your eyes. Breathe in, breathe out. So become powerful, empowered by identifying your needs and speaking them assertively. And even in your head, if you can't or don't want to speak to the person in this moment, or it's not really worth, just say, you don't have a problem, I have a problem. I have a problem with your behavior because it does make me feel blah blah blah. And often you might find it could be something you're worried about your health, you're worried about the way you feel if you're rejected or sort of supported. It could also be you might think that there's something wrong with you. Okay, so once you've identified what is the real fear behind you not liking the behavior, then you can address by either doing something about it. If you're concerned about your health, you can do something about it to mitigate maybe a compromise. If you are feeling unloved or unsupported, or think that everyone must love you and everyone should accept you, then you can work on that, and just knowing that not everyone will love us, not everyone will accept us, and we know that not everyone is our cup of tea. Just making peace with that. Pause for a moment, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. So instead of feeling down, feeling powerless and low in mood, depressed, because you can't control others, because you can't make others do certain things or behave in a certain way, or even disappearing from your vision, we can focus on ourselves. Why does this behavior bother me? And focus on the behavior. If you can ask the person, you can ask your loudness. I have a problem with the loudness because I need some calmness to get hold of my emotions. Sometimes we try to control others, not because of the problem with their behavior, but because we are struggling to keep ourselves in balance, in check. This is very typical of parents and kids. We might just say no television, no music, no computer, and they might just be that the noise is bothering us, or we are worried and might not be having enough exercise or doing something stimulating to have a more balanced life. So it's our worry, and we are feeling anxious and tense, and we need a bit of peace, a bit of calmness, a bit of quietness. So it is us struggling to keep our emotions sort of calm and balanced, and the body calm and relaxed. And everyone will have different reactions to the same stimulation, to the same stimulus. Close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. Feel the lungs and empty. I sincerely hope that you are feeling a little calmer, with a lighter perspective of seeing problems and others' faults through a different lens, through a different mindset, and more uplifted, more positive, so that you can identify your needs, and two, find solutions that support you. If you are struggling with your emotions and they are affecting your health physically, mentally, and even your work, your relationships, speak to your health professional so you can be fully supported. Give yourself a hug. Support yourself, because you are your companion and your best friend. And if you're not yet, just start now. Developing the best relationship you will ever have is with yourself. Close your eyes, breathe in. And exhale. Love from my heart, yours. May you feel supported, cared for, and know that you matter and your needs matter. You are doing the best you can, so be proud of yourself. And every day will have different emotional capacity, physically and mentally and emotionally. So don't be so hard on yourself. Bye for now. A lot of